Hi everyone, my name is Micah and I am the host of Everywhere We Belong, a podcast from Belong, the financial home for NRIs and global Indians everywhere. Now before we get into it, and today's episode is a special edition so you're going to want to stick around, I should tell you that I am a financial noob. The reason you should know this is so that you don't feel intimidated by terms, concepts that might feel a little bit out of your depth. Because if they're out of your depth, they're probably out of my depth. So we can wade into these waters together. And I think that's a pretty good way to go. Not to mention we'll be covering several news topics and updates that are highly relevant to you. Stick around and make sure you join us for every episode. It's going to be a good time. Thank you for listening. So for today's special edition of Everywhere We Belong, we're going to be breaking down India's union budget for 2025. The finance minister has just unveiled some game-changing reforms that could significantly impact how you manage your finances, investments, and property in India. Let's dive in. Let's talk about ULIPs, unit-linked insurance plans. Now, while traditional high-premium ULIPs become taxable when your annual premium exceeds 2.5 lakhs, and endowment policies face taxation beyond 5 lakhs, Gift City completely transforms this equation. When these same policies are purchased through Gift City, the maturity proceeds are entirely tax-free, regardless of the premium amount. This means whether you're investing 2.5 lakhs or 25 lakhs in ULIPs, or over 5 lakhs in endowment policies, you keep what you earn. And here's the best part for our NRI listeners. Unlike resident Indians who have a $250,000 annual investment limit under the liberalized remittance scheme, NRIs face no such restrictions. The only requirement? Your premium shouldn't exceed 10% of the sum assured in the policy. This is exactly the kind of financial innovation that's making waves in the NRI investment landscape. What's particularly interesting, though, is that the window for filing updated tax returns has been doubled from 2 to 4 years. This gives you more flexibility in managing your tax affairs. Now, foreign investment and cross-border earnings, the new model bilateral investment treaty. This isn't just another policy document, it's a framework that could revolutionize how you invest in India. The treaty aims to reduce tax burdens on cross-border earnings and potentially provide double taxation relief. While the specific details are still being finalized, this could mean more efficient tax treatment of your global income portfolio. The government is clearly sending a message. They do want to make it easier for NRIs to invest in India's growth story. That's exciting stuff. It seems like we showed up just in time. Now let's move on to insurance sector transformation. The insurance sector is seeing a dramatic shift with FDI limits now at 100%, up from 74%. For NRIs, this means 3 key things. More international insurance providers entering the Indian market, better cross-border coverage options, and potentially more competitive international term plans. This could be particularly valuable for those of you managing insurance needs across multiple countries. Regarding compliance and KYC reforms, perhaps the most practical change for day-to-day banking and investment is the introduction of a unified KYC system. If you've ever felt frustrated about submitting the same documents repeatedly for different financial services in India, this change is specifically for you. We all know how irritating it can be to have to go through KYC processes and documentation several times. It truly can be a pain and feel a little bit unnecessary. But this will improve the bottleneck. It'll make it feel less cumbersome for all of us. The new system aims to create a single, comprehensive KYC record that can be used across financial institutions. This means less paperwork, faster account openings, and smoother investment processes. Moving on, the income tax rebate is making waves. This is for resident Indians only. That's something to be taken note of. People will no longer be taxed unless their income exceeds 12 lakhs per annum. This is a pretty significant change for those living at home. As we wrap up this special budget edition of Everywhere We Belong, let's highlight the key takeaways for NRIs. A higher tax-free income threshold, an extended timeline for updated returns, simplified KYC processes, expanded insurance options, and better investment frameworks. It seems like across the board, the government is making it easier for global Indians to be part of the growth happening here at home. And that's encouraging. However, while these changes are significant, some details are still being finalized. We recommend waiting a little bit before making significant decisions based on this information, as some confirmation is required. Although we wanted to strike while the iron is hot and get the news to you as soon as possible. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for our regular episodes, which will be coming out every 2 weeks, where we will continue to bring you insights and information that matter to NRIs around the world from here at home. From all of us at Belong, thank you for listening.